right back.
Busy. Yeah, busy. My news DJ. Hey! That shit was hard.
That shit was wild. Anyway,
Haters. Fucking blue banana.
Oh yeah, so
big. I was about to say something that might alter my future in business relationships with any company that employs me, so I'm not gonna say that.
What company do you plan on working for in the future? But let's go back to Crumble and think about that for the next podcast.
What?
Crumble.
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 What's Crumble?
I thought you said you were talking about crumbles.
What the fuck is Crumble?
Fucking Jerron.
Stubble?
Stubble?
Oh yeah, stubble, man. You got some stubble, bro. You got some stubble out here.
Shit runs in the family, dog.
Anyway, yeah, my dream corporation to work for is Sony. If I could like today, like have my job for the rest of my life, I'd be working at Sony.
Nice. We're gonna do
Doing special effects, shit.
That's what's up.
Or doing production. That's my dream job.
You can be like Harvey Weinstein.
Really?
You can.
Really? Harvey Weinstein, of all people? He's not even fucking part of the on-screen production.
But
All he does is give people roles.
and
You're trying to be like.
and he drops his draw
Spielberg?
and tell people.
I'm trying to be like Martin Scorsese.
Oh,
That's my favorite director. Him and Guillermo del Toro.
What about
Shout out to y'all.
that Indian guy that did the movie with the 7 personalities? You know what I'm talking about?
The
right?
director?
Yeah,
Who is that?
he's the Indian guy.
Talking about
that-
Split?
Yeah, Split. That did Split. The Indian guy. He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
like really cool movies.
I
like
know who
his
you're talking
movies.
about. I don't know his name though.
Should be Spielberg, bro.
Is it Spielberg?
No, Spielberg does.
I
Star
like
Wars.
I have directors I like.
My bad.
Everybody but Michael Bay. That's
Okay,
my-
bro. I'm
Like
not-
all directors look down on Michael Bay, but
That's the guy from Transformers, right?
yeah. It's because his,
I like his screen.
his art is different. His art, Michael Bay has a different art.
Actually, John Krasinski.
The guy from
He directed a movie.
Yeah, the guy from The Office, right?
Yeah.
I fuck with Michael Bay. It's just his art is different. It's just
What's wrong with Michael Bay? So why do people look on Michael? Transformers is fucking tight.
it's fast cut, fast panning. It's quick. It's like explosions. Like a bunch of like it's like a montage basically. It's like a lot of random editing, cuts and shots you won't even know from different angles. They like show the same explosion like 5 times from different
For real?
angles. And then if you never noticed, like Michael B stuff is like loud, action, crazy. So like a lot of people like make fun of it.
So y'all don't like Ryan Gosling? No, not Ryan Gosling, but Ryan Coogler.
Oh, Ryan Coogler, yeah, he's becoming one of my favorite auteurs. Yeah, he has his own style of like movies he makes. So to me, he's like Spike Lee to me. Like, he's like a modern day Spike Lee. That's how I see it.
Oh yeah.
I can see the comparison.
What about Quentin Tarantino?
Oh yeah, he's a genius. He's a fucking
I love
genius.
him, bro.
He's a fucking genius. But they make fun of him too. Like his movies are like really violent. You know? Like,
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But he defends it actually pretty well when he's talking about it on TV.
He said, yeah, it's like a mirror of what humanity is.
Yeah,
That's
he's
like,
showing reality, like
yeah,
that's how
reality,
about
like, people's desires and stuff like that. But yeah, Tarantino be getting kind of weird.
And they say they don't like him using the N-word in his like script.
Yeah, I don't know. His movies be kind of weird sometimes too.
What's wrong?
He's not my favorite.
Why can't? Okay, I have a question. Why can't he use? He's depicting real art. You said art cannot be censored. If you're saying you don't like Tarantino put in the N-word in movies, how can you censor art like that? Like to me, that's what it feels like. If we're talking about art, leave everything out of it. But people will never leave everything out of it. They say we don't like Quentin Tarantino. But how can you censor art? Like how real can art get if you censor it?
Do you want to hear Eminem say the N-word?
I'm trying to think about this because I don't want to come off wrong. I don't want to hear Eminem say the N-word if it doesn't mean anything that's not real. You can't just be saying the N-word like blankly. Like you can't just say, yeah. You can't just be rapping and saying the N-word. Like you know how like mumble rappers do, like and they be saying the N-word and everybody be going with it. You can't just say if you say somebody called you the N-word, you know, like you using it in a web explaining it of the reality of what it is, and people could vouch for that. Okay, because that's art. I mean, my thing with art is like you can't tell people what to say. If they're gonna express their art in any form, then is either we don't have art, or you do have art. Because you can't be saying this can't use this can't use this because you're this and because you're white. That's what art is for. It's to express yourself.
Yourself, not who you're not.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If he's using it as a reference to him and somebody said that to him, or it's a reference to a situation, yes, that's allowed. But if he's using it as just like blindly or freestyle, like, okay, that's not real. That's
not white people in music should be able to say the N-word.
I'm saying if he has exactly, then how can you say white people can't say the N-word in art? Like what art? Why would you say that?
So then
it's not real.
Because everybody's gonna start posting it as art.
But is it real then?
Because it's not real. Let it be not real and not disrespect other people.
So are you saying it because you're saying disrespect over realness?
Yes.
So you would rather say don't be real about your art, and so don't be real about your art so you don't offend the wrong people.
If you have to say the N-word, then your art is not real. If you're white and you have to say the N-word, your art's not real.
No,
whatever, bro.
You can find a different.
Everybody has
you can find different ways to say. You don't have to say that word.
Another segue.
There's other words that you can say that mean the same thing.
You guys said that art is like expressing yourself, right?
Yeah.
So like, what if like that's who like anyone outside of like the black race, and they like use that term? Maybe that's just who they are. Like maybe that's just like how they came up. You know what I mean?
What's the reality of it? My thing is like, what's the meaning behind it? If it's art and you talk about, and everybody talk about, oh, this is art, because I've been getting in touch with like arts lately. I don't know why, but like I've been like watching like and enjoying like performances and like going to the High Museum and understanding like how people do stuff. So when it comes out pure and it's like, yo, somebody really did this out of his mind. This was real to him. You appreciate that more. If somebody says, fuck F the police, back bleep that shit out. But if somebody says that in an art form, you're gonna be like, that's real. Like with the Rodney King, when people would say F the police, and you know that whole thing with like
the LA riots.
Exactly.
You know your history, bro.
I don't know like that, but I'm just saying like, well, all of that. If people have censored that and be like, don't ever disrespect the police, don't ever say anything about the police. How what it is today. Exactly? How would the awareness be created?
Yeah.
So if you're saying Tarantino can't say the N-word in his movies, okay, look at the movie he did, A Hateful Eight. Back in that time, white people were saying the N-word like that.
Yeah.
So you're saying, don't say it as a disrespect, but if it's you using it to be real, to me, I feel like you shouldn't hide anything back. Why would you tell people to hold their realness back? Like
that's true,
it's super double standard to me.
Feel like
everybody got different.
I feel like videos
opinions.
different. I feel like new films, yeah, that makes sense. You're basing it off a time where that was okay to say stuff like that. But music, I don't see any reason why the music, somebody like Eminem or blah 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 should be able to say the N-word. It don't make sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's why I say you can't just say it anyhow. It has to have a meaning. You know, like it just have to have substance in it. But everybody interpret art's differently. That's why I have a problem with modernism. Because you could just throw out this microphone and be like, you know, I just mounted like this, you know, sorry. And people are like, whoa. Like, so I mean, it's like the classic. I don't know, man.
Art is weird, bro.
It's not weird. It's like people just say art is anything now. I'm still with the classics. Like I love the classics, like Michelangelo, like Leonardo da Vinci, like
art has always been
Mussolini.
Art has always been like that. Basquiat, have you seen Basquiat's?
Your old school shit.
Have you seen Basquiat's paintings that go for millions of dollars? It's not that good. Like that.
That's modernism, right?
Like some kindergarten shit. But Basquiat's old. He's an old artist.
It's still modernism doesn't start now though.
You don't like
I'm not a big fan of Basquiat.
What about Warhol? You don't like him either?
Andy Warhol?
Yeah, Andy Warhol.
I can't really like think of like his art.
He has that opinion with
I know Basquiat's style. I just don't like. I don't see how it's worth what it is.
Somebody has a whiteboard, just a plain white picture, and it goes for a couple of millions. I promise you that.
I mean, that's like, I think that shit's whack too, but I feel like it's always been like that, bro.
No, the classical time, they have to see details.
You're talking about like sculpting and stuff like that.
No, not even sculpting, paintings. Like, there's a painting with Michelangelo. Is it Michelangelo?
Pre-Renaissance art is like the art that I really fuck with.
No, Renaissance era is the best art. Everybody knows that. That's what changed that's what changed everything. Oh, this is a good topic. I'm with
Renaissance art.
What? Pre-Renaissance, like who?
And early Renaissance. I like early Renaissance, but after the Renaissance, that's like when shit started to get weird.
No, after Renaissance, that's when it started to become modernism.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but you can't. Renaissance is what changed. What changed
that's
art?
the meaning of Renaissance. Change, like a big change.
You said pre-Renaissance, bro.
I said, okay, but pre-Renaissance, I mean like art before the Renaissance.
You can say after AD, after Renaissance, then that's when art was like anything anybody wanted to make it. Because Hitler used to collect a lot of art.
I like Renaissance art.
And I'm saying like people used to have details. Like have you seen The Last Supper?
Yeah.
Like the painting?
Yeah.
Have you seen what's her name? Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
The details, bro. You could flip the picture in a certain way and there's another face. And people don't even know that. There's hidden, even Leonardo da Vinci, bro. His artwork, masterpiece. Like, I'm getting goosebumps, bro.
What's your favorite piece?
By who?
No, anybody, like your favorite piece of all time.
David by, what's his name? Mussolini or?
Mussolini?
Is it Mussolini or
Mussolini? I like
the sculpture.
Sistine Chapel. I like Sistine Chapel.
And I like
because I know the story behind that. Like Sistine Chapel was, he really was like.
And Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno is lit.
Have y'all seen like the painting by Picasso? I think it was like after U.S. dropped the bomb in like Nagasaki, something like that. And like,
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's like if you turn like the painting so it's like a certain way, like there's like heads on top of heads and shit like that.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen something like that. Yeah, I mean, well, art, I don't know, art is a very like sensitive topic. I love art because now I'm starting to get in tune with it. Before I just used to be like, art is whatever, like everybody interpret art as whatever, same with music, you know? But there's the difference between classic music, good music, and pure like modern like hype stuff. So it's like I would always stick with my classic. That's just me because I respect like quality, like I respect like when people actually put effort into art.
Absolutely.
I don't like when people throw stuff everywhere and be like, you know, it's art. You gotta respect it.
Everything.
But I respect what they say. You said what?
So everything like nowadays is like fast food.
Yeah.
It's just like right there too.
Damn. Well, I was talking for a lot. I think it's time. Getting tired of shit.
Passionate.
I love art. No, I love art regardless, bro. What else? Why y'all dead? Y'all don't want to talk anymore?
I'm so hungry.
I'm hungry as fuck. Alright, boxing? UFC/boxing?
UFC.
Let's talk about what you just said. Like a few minutes ago, this dude said that UFC is boring.
Oh yeah, you said UFC is boring.
I think it's wild.
Clearly trolling.
Oh, you were trolling?
For the camera, bro.
Shit.
I mean, he was trolling, bro. But so
Anthony Joshua, we on that way.
So how do y'all feel about Deontay's like Wilder's comments? Like,
I didn't hear what he said. I mean, he says a lot of wild stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel like we know you're a boxer. You have to have a persona of being hard, but you can take stuff too far too. You know, like
that was kind of fucked up. That's kind of fucked up.
Y'all think that's a reach?
he takes stuff too far to me. You don't have to say I want to kill my opponents. I want them to die. I like them to go into the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess you have to have a mean persona.
That's shit that you think, but you don't say.
But like saying you have, I'm pretty sure all boxers have this mindset. But like he's just like, because like once you get in the ring, I'm pretty sure
there's some stuff that you think and some stuff that you say, bro.
I've seen how
to be professional.
I'm pretty sure it's damn near like you have to think about your like death.
But Mike Tyson was saying some wild shit back in the day.
What he said some wild shit like?
Come on, bro.
Talking about fucking eating your kids and shit like that, bro.
But that's different from killing somebody.
Yeah, that is.
In boxing, you can actually kill somebody.
My point exactly.
But why would you say that?
That's what I'm saying. There's stuff that you think,
bro, man.
I mean, everybody want to be like the top dog. Or somebody really die in there, and they'll be like, "Oh snap!" Like, just somebody really died, bro. I know that, but is it a good thing, like, to say I want to kill somebody when you know you could kill somebody?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
that's
people
what I'm
know
saying.
this.
That's why. No, I don't think you sign up to die when you boxing, bro. It's a sport, bro.
Sign up to die.
You act like it's like a street fight, like you die.
Bro, if I hit you the wrong way right now, I'm pretty sure like you will like collapse.
Listen. They get paid to get hurt. They don't get paid to
die. Like
what the fuck?
But like once you enter the ring, I'm pretty sure like you know your life
is getting shortened. You know that boxers know that their life
is enter the wrong way.
Boxers know that their life is getting like shorter by the longer the career is, but they're not going to die. They're like their goal is not to be like I'm going in the ring. I might die tonight.
No, exactly. You might die tonight, bro.
No, they not thinking that.
Bro, I'm pretty sure like boxers are thinking that way.
I do not believe that.
I don't believe that.
Bro, I don't believe you think I'm going to the ring to die. You know there's a risk involved in boxing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but it's not.
You're not saying like, yo, like you're not thinking I might die. I might knocked out. You know, something might happen. You're not thinking death, bro.
Niggas might think
and you
like
shouldn't be
brain
trying
damage.
to kill anybody. You're going there to be a sportsman, bro.
Right.
Like I'm saying, you're trying to become like you're trying to show who's better at this sport. You're not gonna kill somebody, but I get you have to be a tough guy. Like that's your persona. That's okay.
Out of line.
But I'm saying,
out of line.
I'm saying like if you get dropped,
Wilder.
that's what, he throws haymakers too, so
Right.
I'm just saying, do not say, me personally, I don't feel like you should go think of, I'm gonna kill somebody in the ring. That's why you're getting investigated. I feel like he gets wild with the stuff he says.
Hey man, if a nigga hit you the
I
wrong
feel like
way,
he just
dog,
wants
it's
that
a wrap.
Joshua fight. That's really it.
I feel like he's just trying to inflict fear on like a lot of people. And that's okay too, like if you're the number one guy in the world,
That's why
do your thing.
give it him hands, boy.
You think Joshua will beat him?
He has 3 heavyweight titles, bro. And the dude he fought last was undefeated. So let's just think about that.
But Joshua hasn't knocked people, he doesn't knock people out
knocks
like
people
that.
out.
Nah, he's a
He
monster.
knocks people out.
Alright, let us know in the comment if
He
Joshua
knocked
really
out
knocks.
Klitschko. Klitschko is a fucking legend, bro.
He almost got knocked out in that fight too. If you watched it,
I did watch it.
but I mean,
What was I saying? I feel like the heavyweight division, like people been saying, like heavyweight division is back. I agree, heavyweight division is back.
yeah, after Wilder and Joshua is gone, yeah, I don't know, Ortiz.
I mean, at least they made it interesting for like this past like year.
I just know UFC's about to take over.
UFC, man. Shout out to Khabib, doing your thing out there. You did.
Why do y'all like-
McGregor, you're wildin'.
Why do y'all like UFC
Wild.
so much over boxing?
I don't know, like I
favor
got into UFC, like
I favor
Just
UFC
like-
over boxing because of like it's more of like it's more mental than actually really fighting.
I
You
feel
have to
like-
know how to move all of your body in a sport.
Yeah.
Like with boxing, it's just more of like, well, actually no, boxing is more of thinking, but UFC is more of like
I feel like UFC is more raw.
war in there. What's
Raw, it's
possible?
more raw, bro. Like UFC is.
So you
more-
like the bloodbaths and shit?
No, not that. I just feel like it's raw combat. Like this is how people
Yeah,
are
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be. Like that's how people are supposed to fight. That's how I think UFC. That's why I prefer it. But still, boxing is still like physically. I feel like it's more like visually appealing because you just want to see 2 people like punch each other in the face. That's all they're doing is punch each other in the face and the stomach. But like UFC, like they try
That's
to.
not what they're doing.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Boxing?
The goal is to hit your opponent in the stomach or the face.
You get points for defense in boxing too.
I know, but what's your goal? Is to hit the person. in the
No,
face.
your goal is not to hit the person in boxing. The goal is actually not to get hit in boxing.
The goal is to hit the person. You can't win with if you don't throw a punch. If you don't throw a punch, you're not gonna
Explain
win.
Floyd.
Floyd throws punches too. If you don't throw a punch, you're not gonna win. Like I was saying.
What?
Anyway, so if you don't throw,
What do you think?
If you don't throw a punch in a boxing fight, you're not going to win a fight.
Alright, you know what? We can leave it at that. You think is that I think what I think. I'm not about to argue.
In UFC, people get bored like sometimes in the crowd when you start like wrestling or try to go for a submission and stuff like that. But to me, that's not real fighting fans. That's just how I feel.
What are you saying? In UFC is not real fighting fans?
I feel like some of the fans like that do when people are wrestling and like try to go for like a submission or a Kimura lock or like just grappling. I feel like they're not real fighters.
What's your
Fighting
stance on like what's your stance of like fighting? What do you think fighting is all about? It's about knocking people out? That's what you think
I think fighting is imposing your will on your opponent.
That's what you think fighting is all about?
Yes. That is fighting.
What do you think fighting
imposing
is
your
all
will
about?
on your opponent in whichever style that you can.
It depends on like what you're talking about, like what kind of fighting you're talking about.
Any type of fight, as long as you're against somebody, if you're against somebody, what do you think it's all about?
That's winning. Censoring is winning.
So what do you think fighting is all about winning?
So, I mean, that's the prime goal. Is like nobody's fighting just to. I mean, never mind. Because niggas are weird. Yeah. What's your stance?
Niggas is fighting.
I'm fighting. Just basically winning, right? I don't think fighting is all about winning though. You could still lose and everybody be like, you got heart, you know? I think fighting is all about heart, like showing what you have and then being smart, you know? Outsmarting like your opponent, like,
Right.
and I
You got
beat this
washed.
guy. I got beat up.
You got watched?
People don't be admitting that, boy. We gonna leave him at that.
And you got watched for me?
I never got my ass beat in my life. Like I've probably lost some fights, but I've never had like niggas beat my ass before I fight. I've actually won most of my fights. No cap, bro. Swear.
We got Floyd out
I got
here.
my, like the worst.
You got watching the fight, bro?
Who me?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Hey,
You gotta be honest, bro.
hey, bro.
If you ever got one.
time, no, like not from the outside, but Gerard, like one time, I was mad
That's
shit,
his
bro.
brother.
That nigga gave me a smooth.
Yeah, I understand why you
I was dizzy as fuck.
I got my lip busted before.
Yeah, my lip was
That's
busted.
like-
That
That was a fight. I guess I lost that fight.
I don't know,
Hey,
man.
shout out to my little brother, man. That man gave me a smooth 2-piece.
I know how to fight, though. I know there's people out there you can't beat, and there's people out there that's gonna beat you. Period. So if you've never lost a fight, you know you're not even fighting out here. For
Yeah,
real.
I'm not saying I'm fighting out here. I haven't fought in like. I haven't
And that's
gone
a good thing.
I ain't gone to a real fight in fucking years, bro.
Yeah, but you almost fought Casey Reggie, though.
You gave me
Bro,
we're not about to bring that up.
Hey,
This man is gonna go crazy and start looking for this man.
Yeah, that nigga's really a
Oh, yeah, we go.
female dog.
What?
I really almost fought that dude. I'm gonna start.
That
fighting.
shit was so funny.
Niggas been trying me lately, so I'm gonna have to start.
Yeah, this nigga.
Why would you do that?
This nigga
Well,
was
you've not been
just
fighting
like
before.
Casey
Why would you want to
Reggie,
start
though.
fighting?
Because niggas is gonna start trying you. If you don't,
You can avoid every fight, bro. Listen, my favorite character ever is Itachi, bro. He tries to avoid every fight at all costs, but if you fight him,
Takashi.
he'll watch you. Itachi, relax. This guy, Takashi get him a fight.
Damn, that's bro. I knew you like Takashi, bro. It's all good.
Oh,
man.
shit.
It's all good.
I actually like Takashi from Bleach, but you wouldn't know where Takashi is from.
Yeah.
But come on, man. But Takashi is lit, like legendary in Bleach.
Shout out to you.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
His name is actually Takashi 6ix9ine. Yeah, that's where he got the name from. He do got the 6ix9ine on his face, Takashi, in Bleach.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but this nigga, hey, Ray just doubted you up though?
But he know who
I know
Takashi
who Takashi
is.
is. I
In the cap, bro. In the cap.
just. Anyway.
Tall soda like ice. You did.
Yeah.
Is that it? Y'all got y'all opinions out?
To be honest, I don't like doing podcasts with y'all. If I don't say nothing, y'all don't say anything.
What?
I notice that.
This nigga think he run this shit.
It's not even running. It's like y'all just be quiet. Like this man, like y'all don't.
I was
say
really
anything.
just
Because you have the loudest voice.
And I was
What
really,
does that mean?
I was really listening and I was gonna ask my question like when you got finished talking.
That's a podcast.
What's your question, Mr. Question Man?
Oh, your breath stinks, bro. You must be hungry too.
Hey, I'm
Nah,
definitely hungry.
I just, no, I just like asked. I mean, like, whatever. How do you feel about Tory Lanez album?
I like
You
it.
like it?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it.
Were you featured on it?
It's him right there.
Oh shit! I wonder.
Y'all thought he was just out here moving like that?
I wonder if that's where you guys name from. Hey bro, you never know for real. Hey bro, you never know for real, bro.
Yo!
I'm an idiot, but you shape like fucking.
Oh my god.
Bro, say
So
something.
why are you worried about that
Say
idiot word,
something
bro?
right now.
I promise. Oh yeah, don't feed into your ego, bro, because this nigga's having everybody fight and shit. Don't feed into your ego, bro.
Be peaceful, y'all. Be peaceful.
Be peaceful.
Unless you can't be peaceful.
You can be peaceful.
Unless you like when you try.
You can't avoid every situation.
You can't avoid every situation. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Just let it go.
Some people just want your head sometimes.
Niggas want your head, bro.
So you feed into your opponent?
Nah, I just defend myself.
Right.
Right.
This man doesn't know the difference between defending yourself and feeding your opponent. Do you know the difference?
Yeah, your breath stinks, man. It's not know the difference.
Everybody breath stinks except for
Y'all niggas
yours.
When it's done, when
Okay.
You said what?
I said everybody's breath stinks but yours.
Maybe it's just
maybe
breath.
it's your breath that fucking
Oh,
stinks.
y'all shit stinks, bro.
Okay, bro. But yeah, right.
Of course I know the difference. I was just saying, like, I'm pretty sure, like, majority of things that, like, are, like, fucking unnecessary are extremely avoidable.
I agree.
Yeah, Itachi. He taught me that.
That's true.
You can learn a lot from anime.
Bro, you can learn a lot from anime. I learned a lot of shit from anime.
You can even get personalities and attributes from anime. Like
Anime is so slept on, bro. People don't know the gems like the gems in anime. Bro.
What gems does anime drop for you, sir?
Anime drops a lot of gems, bro. A lot of gems.
Like what?
It gives you wisdom.
It does.
It does. It gives you wisdom.
Give me like a prime example of anime. Give
It's,
me some,
it's depth. Like it has depth. Anime has depth.
So like with Naruto, like the friendship, like don't give up on your friends.
Mhm.
You can learn that from Naruto himself. Like he tells you how to, like when people fall astray, you just either fight for them if they're really your friends.
Mhm.
That's what, and that stuff is real. Like our society today, everybody is more of like, I don't care. But from like Naruto, you could be like, you know, some people are worth fighting for. Because Sasuke was worth fighting for. So he turned again.
Watching Erased, like there's an anime I watched called Erased about like time travel and stuff like that. It really helps you like understand like the value of time and like how your decisions, one decision affects another decision, and how you like shouldn't look back on like shit that you did before. Just try to like make it better and correct your mistakes.
All of your choices matter, bro.
Yeah.
It does, because every choice you make leads you to a different path or another path, a new path. So
It's really up to you, man. You're accountable.
I don't think it's up to you. I think there's
Time
different
is
factors that play in.
time is a social construct.
Like what, sir?
Like life. Life could throw you curveballs like it always does every day.
But isn't it up to you to like, just to, like step? Isn't it up to you to step up to the plate and like?
You get into perfect example. You get into an accident, you break your back. You can't do anything anymore, right? How is it up to you? Thank you. That's a perfect example.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's like some kind of muscle recovery that you can't do.
What? Okay.
Have you not? What?
I mean, I'm gonna say, what's the like? Name it.
What?
Yeah, you work at Wellstar. Maybe you there's a floor that you've gone to that we ain't been to, bro. That.
No, there are people that could walk again, bro. What if you can't walk again? You split a disc or something.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Man, you do what you like. Whatever you are like, whatever cards you are dealt with, you gotta do that.
Sometimes there's nothing you can do.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, literally.
Some people like they didn't do anything, but they're in like a situation where they get locked up. You know, like dang,
Shit, you can do.
you can't do anything.
That's how niggas stay in jail for like 30 years for a crime they didn't make and commit.
Sometimes you can't do anything, but the ones you can do, you should try to make the best possible decisions out of them. That's what I think.
Some deep shit right here.
Yeah, that got deep at the end. But anything else you guys want to talk about?
Wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up then. Well, first episode out.
Episode 1 out.
This is episode 2, and we'll see you guys on episode 3.
We got on episode 3. Shout out to my English teacher. Gave me 100 on my paper 2. Shout out to you. I ain't never got 100 on a paper in college in my life.
Shout out to you, man.
My life.
That pen was really working hard.
Definitely on your.
Shout out to my sister. Her birthday just passed. Shout out to you. Who else want to shout out?
Shout out to everybody that viewed our first tape.
Shout out to everybody that viewed the first episode.
And
Shout out to this food I'm about to get.
Please share, like, subscribe, give us any feedback that may be helpful to us to progress and flourish with our podcast. Tell us anything that you're reading, blah, 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 and yeah. Appreciate you guys for watching and sharing and subscribing and liking.
Follow us on Between the Minds on Instagram, Twitter, what's the Twitter tag?
platforms. Between the Minds 1.
Yes.
Subscribe
YouTube
on
channel,
YouTube.
find our YouTube channel, Between the Minds.
We might make a SoundCloud.
Right there.
Yeah, we might make a SoundCloud. And what else?
Screen.
You guys just help us, man. Watch our videos, like, share, all that.
Summertime dicks out.